So we're gonna be thinking where I talk about franchises that I like, that I played a lot of or seen a lot of. It's gonna be sort of an all-encompassing thing, even though today we're talking about Call of Duty, so it's just video games. That's pretty much it. Rank, make some lists about it, and talk about the hopes of the future. So that's pretty much that. So I've Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 was the first game I played online. The it really and of course the first words I heard were, "You guys effing suck." Uh, just came in the middle of a match. Um, yeah, so it's a big part of my history. It's changed games a lot. Since Modern Warfare, Call of Duty mentality. Of course, now Call of Duty is not where it was, but may someday get back there. So ever since about Black Ops 2 is about where I started playing less. Now it's just sort of checking in basically for the rest of these. Uh, and sort of still keeping it, holding on. It seems like things could still have a chance to get better. Yeah, they used to talk about like the COD killer. Um, yeah, and it's more of like COD committed suicide. There's nothing ever really stopped. Nothing really ever took over the way it did. Things like Overwatch and PUBG were sort of popular for about a year, then they sort of slowly dwindle into just another game. Um, and so you're loving gun, something like that. And maybe someday we will. And with that, let's move on to our rankings. At the very bottom, we have Black Ops 3. This one's pretty crappy. It's not actually a terrible game, technically, but it's just for the highest of, compared to the highest game on this list, it's real. Yeah, it's just, the shooting, it's just, the turning radius just feels really horrible. Just not, just feels stiff, everything. Uh, then they try to end the wall walking, and it's like, not, it's sort of like, seems like you move slower on the walls. Yeah, they can do that stuff. I'm fine with that. I want them to change. I'm happy for them to change, but it just really sucks. And they always put in like this pointless place. And it's like, well, it's like you have like designated wall walking areas. The characters didn't really seem to add much. Um, they didn't really do much outside their special. The campaign was pretty crappy. And there wasn't like a public 4-player mode, which kind of, they're gonna have that seemed kind of weird. They didn't have, if they put the co-op in, that they didn't have that. Uh, the whole mine stuff got pretty stupid. Zombies on this game weren't too bad. But yeah, that's about it for that. Next we have Infinite Warfare. Gonna have asterisks for the ones that I didn't play as long, and this is one of them. Uh, Sort of left real early on this one. Uh, it's a bit better in Black Ops 3. The graphics are really nice. There was a lot of cool scenery. Uh, like these black holes, sort of like Interstellar. You know, the good part, better part of that movie. Um, Yeah, again, the sci-fi's okay, but it still needs to be a good game. Campaign was actually not too bad. Um, and the flying adds a lot of space stuff. Flying sections were very cinematic, but they were still kind of fun anyway. Um, the space levels were pretty fun, but they didn't have a lot of those stories. And the zombies in this one are also kind of next we have WW2. Now I didn't play. I played to about level 30 of. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of World at War. Sorry. Uh, the multiplayer was okay. Uh, yeah, the whole WW2 part of the was like it really showed that so it doesn't matter what genre they're in that this still needs to be good. Game was pretty decent, but it felt really long. Uh, had a lot of fun set pieces and vehicle levels, and the planes were actually made the cinematicness even better actually with the similar to the spaceship parts. The zombies were also still kind of next we have Bots 4. Now, I think a lot of people overrate this game a bit because of how it's getting back on the bandwagon, but I do think that it's getting back on the wagon horse, not the bandwagon. Uh, Back in the saddle. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Anyway, so although I do think it's a really good step in the right direction. Uh, and for once, the stealing stuff that they've sort of done in the past, they've stolen some stuff from like Titanfall and whatever, like small things like sites or whatever. Um, but stealing from PUBG actually kind of worked for them out. It plays a lot better, smoother. It feels there's a lot more, bit more soul in here. And the blackout's kind of faster than most the other battle royales, but that seems to kind of work. People seem to like that. I think it's alright, just different. Uh, yeah, it's interesting seeing vehicles back. And yeah, they should have had a. It would have been nice if there was a campaign. But if this is what they need to, fix their games, maybe they need to do that. I don't know. And zombies still alright. Better than the other two I've said before. Well, two previous, yeah. Next, yeah, Ghost. Next, yeah, Ghost. This is sort of like the most generic of all the Call of Duties in a way. And it's like all the Call of Duty uh, type tropes are in it. Like yeah, I was still hanging on at this point. It still played all right. Uh, yeah, it's still decent. Um, yeah, but it wasn't great though. It was getting monotonous at that point. Now we just want that monotony back from all the crappy ones, and looks like we might be getting there. Um, we also had those really pointless map interactables, like the gas station that just sort of thing that'll fall over, and the tree that'll make a bridge. Uh, they just sort of just stay there. Um, Campaign is also sort of whatever. Like we're got nuked and now we gotta fight in South America. Not nuked, it was like I forgot what it was. big explosions, yeah. Uh, there's some standard levels like the flood and the train, but it's sort of generic elsewise. And it's gonna have that, probably gonna keep that annoying cliffhanger uh, ending unsolved. It's really kind of stupid with them basically surviving that revolver shot to the heart. Uh, now we have World at War. Um, yeah, that's one I played till about rank 30 because I think I was going back to it like when NW2 was out or so. Uh, but it was decent. Uh, they had those tanks that was kind of interesting. Campaign was pretty good. Uh, zombies were decent, but they were a bit simple at this point. Yeah, but it was a lot simpler. Simpler can be nice. Um, next we have Advanced Warfare. I think this one's pretty underrated. I kind of like the boosting around. Um, it was probably their best attempt at doing from something different, sort of. You know, but I think, but if they can't do that, they can't do that. It's like, it'd be nice to do something like this again. Had a lot of some good, decent, fun guns like lasers and stuff. There was that fun grapple mode that was pretty good. It really should have been the base game. The pain was pretty good, decent. Had some fun grapple level as well. Although with the villain, you think, oh, that's a pretty good performance, and I was like, Kevin Spacey's a real life villain now, so like, yeah, it's not great. Uh, the zombies were pretty, like the exosuits didn't actually really change that much. It still felt kind of generic. The environments are pretty dull, which is some of the best parts actually about zombies. It's like you're going to this weird place. And they had that one DLC with the very wasted Bruce Campbell. So like, next we got Black Ops 2. This is where it started to go downhill for me. It takes place in the far future of 6 years from now. I didn't like the guns as much in this one, and it's sort of starting to get stale, I guess. I don't know. Uh, but it was a pretty decent game overall. Uh, campaign wasn't great though. It had some dumb shoot your own adventure parts in it. The villain was kind of it's a bit overhyped. The zombies were actually not bad. Um, that bus one was pretty fun. They had some fun multiplayer things. I was kind of disappointed because Black Ops 1's my favorite zombies. But when I look back at it, these are really probably the second best zombies or so. Next we have MW1. Now I know this is probably a lot of people's favorites, but for me it's just. I also have to add that I didn't play it back in the day. I played the remaster, and yeah, uh, yeah, it just sort of. But it's also a bit simplistic though. Uh, I had to recognize the start of big trends. It's really changed a lot of stuff in the game industry. Um, well, for good and bad. Sometimes people trying to be COD when they're not. The multiplayer is basics, but it's pretty solid. The campaign, it's good, but it's also pretty simplistic. It's sort of retroactively simplistic though. Like some Citizen Kane, if you go back and watch it, seems simplistic. But back then it was pretty revolutionary. So I gotta admit that. Uh, yeah, there's some good stuff in there. Next we have NW3. Uh, Multiplayer is pretty good. Um, it's really solid. Everything works. Not the best, but it's pretty good. I think this is probably the least most underrated COD. People are like talking about how it's just more of the same yet again, but people wouldn't realize how much they want that same back again, yet again. Um, so I have a bit of problem with its DLC. Like they're trying to release the like one map monthly instead of 5 maps like every 3 months or whatever. That's probably not exact. Probably like 4 months, maybe it's 3 months. Yeah, sort of instead of keeping things constantly exciting, sort of kept things constantly dulled. Campaign was decent. It's good into the trilogy. Um, then it had that level where you're like in the Juggernaut suit and you get to hang Mekanoff. Yeah, well, that's a pretty good one, but really underrated. Next we have MW2. The multiplayer is pretty good. There's good guns, good maps. It's just good campaign, a lot of action. It's really hard to say. Describe it as just really everything worked out, you know. Had a lot of interesting aesthetics. Really like the red dotness to the campaign, you know. Um, it's just overall really fun. It's like had the snowmobile actions and they really sold me on the idea of like this fast-paced, action-oriented game. So, you know. And finally, we have Black Ops 1. My favorite. It's best multiplayer. Good, great balance. Which is something that's very underrated. It has a lot of good guns, good maps, good aesthetics, good campaign. I think the campaign was pretty memorable. It was like that action boat scene and all that Vietnam stuff. Uh, which also had a pretty good setting, you know, like the 60s is pretty unique. Uh, the story's pretty intriguing, although it's little bit convoluted. Um, has the best zombies, had Launch and Call of the Dead. Some pretty good maps, the great visuals, and felt the balance was right there. It's good gameplay, good environments. It's a really good game. One of the best games I've played. Now I'm gonna get into the future of what I want Call of Duty. So, like I said, it looks like we're on the right path. The old stuff's good, but need a bit of change, you know. So we have Modern Warfare next. Looks pretty good, really gritty. But it probably was a bit too soon for like the part where you play as a cop in the Paris attack. It looks pretty good, pretty solid. About what I want out of it. Um, I'm just gonna get into some my ideas for future CODs. It'd be great to do like an older war, like a Civil War Revolutionary. Pretty different, you know. Like more intense. You know, it's like more like feels like slower and bullets are more deadly. You know, and also they haven't really gotten near that. So Advanced Warfare 2 pretty good. I do miss suits and jumping around. I think it could work these days. Oh yeah, also, like they do like a knights or like something medieval, like For Honor or medieval warfare, chivalry medieval warfare. Maybe something to do with Black Ops 1, like a 1.5, get back into that era, whatever happened in the 80s or whatever. More of that. Uh, Guess I'm getting some stuff they'll never do. Point if they had like a time travel one, you get a bunch of different eras. Either like they're time traveling or it just goes through time. You know. And maybe you have like mixed up multiplayer. That'd be fun. Now I'm gonna talk about the future I want. So I'm gonna start with like talking about like other media. And sort of like it's sort of weird that they never made like a Call of Duty movie. It seemed like or TV show. It's like you just put like a war movie and call it Call of Duty. But that's probably also what keeps them doing it because it'd be hard to make distinct. I think they could make a decent movie. And it'd be nice to have like some more good video game movies. And get some mini list. Uh, Say the best campaign moments are just sort of I just sort of listing stuff, not making like top tens or whatever. And say like the boat level from Black Ops 1, the grapple level in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, we're just sort of going all about the place. There's the snowmobiles in MW2, the all the Red Dawn levels of MW2, the end of MW3, and the nice chest pulling out in MW2. There's also a pretty deep part in the end of WW2, WW2, not MW2, where they have like these pictures of like the Holocaust place. And, it's like compared to the environment in the game, it was like sort of just reminding you, isn't World War II wasn't a video game. It was like it's pretty impactful for once. Call of Duty's not really known for that, Alright. So the best maps were Hanoi, Newtown Original and Black Ops 1, Carnival and MW2, Pyramid and Call of Duty, Advanced Warfare. It wasn't called Pyramid. It was a pyramid, but I don't know what it was. Yeah. For the best guns, say the AUG, from Black Ops 1, and whatever Magnums and Pythons, like the dual wielding revolvers. It was like the ACR and Modern Warfare, ACR 6.3 or something, and Modern Warfare 3. So the Swan shotgun in W2 I liked. Rafficas in MW2 as well. Also the FAMAS and Black Ops 1 was pretty decent. Also some pretty decent DC guns like the laser gun in Advanced Warfare and the revolvers in Advanced Warfare. Also there's a Maverick in Black Ops 2. The best zombies maps were Launch, Call of the Dead, the Bus one, the 1920s one, Black Ops 3, the Facility one, and World at War. What's my thoughts on Call of Duty? Hope it turns out good in the future. That's it.